So you want to know when the next series of Doctor Who actually starts, and you want to know when we're actually going to get an official trailer for it. And I'm afraid I don't think it's in the near future. At this point I'm bored of waiting each week, each day, to find out if we get something else in terms of Doctor Who news, because it seems to be quite sporadic. We're getting Jadoon stuff like a good few months ago, and we haven't heard a lot else since. And Doctor Who needs to get a trailer out fairly soon, because otherwise fans are simply going to get bored. I feel like at the minute I was patient enough to wait most of the year, but at this point, Series 11 was nearly a year ago, and I don't feel like we have moved much further than we have at the beginning of January, when we found out that Doctor Who wasn't going to come out during 2019. I mean, we would have to wait till 2020. So out of impatience, I decided to take a look at the previous seasons and their trailers, particularly Series 11, because I feel like that's what they would stick to, because I feel like the advertisement stuff was quite good for that season, so therefore they would stick to it, and to be honest, I don't see them wanting to change it that much, if I'm honest. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So when they came up with the trailer for Series 11, the first trailer came out in Comic-Con, and obviously that hasn't happened, probably because filming was different then. They started filming it, I think, earlier in the year, or the previous year, so therefore they had footage for July. This year, they started filming in January of this year, and carried on through, must be finished by now. They must be working on post-production at this point, because if they are, if they aren't, then I will be surprised, because I'm just thinking about how long it would take to get that season finished if they make 12 episodes. And if they do, then it's going to take longer than it did for the previous season. But you could make a complete video complaining about how Doctor Who just has this terrible tendency of not working out their filming schedules properly, and not being able to give us constant episodes of Doctor Who, when shows like The Flash can produce 23 episodes a year and seem to be always be filming it, but Doctor Who can't even produce 10 in a year. Well, it's not as simple as that, but that's the basic idea of it. The second trailer for Series 11 came out on the 20th of September, so just over a year ago now. And that was about 2 to 3 weeks before the show actually started. We had a few teaser things that came out around that time as well, like the glass ceiling one, which was really terrible. And if you base it on that, then that means that we won't get a trailer for the show until December. Now, to me, I feel like if they posted it in December, then that would be a really terrible idea, because if they did that, well, it's Christmas season. So they will be posting, like, here's a trailer for our Christmas special of Gavin and Stacey, or whatever they've got planned this year. But December is such a busy period that I really doubt that they would want to post it in December. So therefore, maybe we're looking at late November as the time to post it. Or, even worse, they start posting it in that week between December 25th and the 1st of January, in a way to say, 2019 is over now, here is the stuff that we've got in 2020, here's some Doctor Who to start your year off. So they might not get onto it until January, which will be so irritating, but they might do it. But if we can get it in November, for example, because I feel like they must be thinking, hang on, the fans haven't had anything for a whole year. Maybe they've lost interest, so we should build up hype from as early as we can, because that would be a really good idea, BBC, you should do that. And then when it gets to the release date, which I believe will be, I really want to say really early January, so like the first week. But to me, I doubt that would happen, because it does say early 2020, but that early 2020 could be like the first 2 weeks. Yeah, so, or it means early 2020 as in it means like February and March and like the early part of the year, all of which would be terrible. terrible things. Basically, I think everyone is bored of waiting for Doctor Who news now, and at this point I really just want to see Doctor Who back, and I think I've been waiting for it for a few months now, but now I'm more verbal about it. Now I'm thinking day by day, is today going to be the day when we get a trailer, or even something to do with the New Year's Day, Christmas Day thing that we don't know if it's happening or not, or might not happen and could happen, but if it did, then they would have advertised it by now, but they haven't yet, which is really annoying. And so does this exist? Who knows? Basically, who knows is the grand theme of this video. My guess for a trailer would be November. So if you want your trailer in October, I don't think it's going to happen. I could be wrong, and I would be pleasantly surprised, and I'd love to be wrong actually, but I don't feel like we'll get it till November, and that's just my prediction. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe. We're nearly at 120. What are your thoughts on this? When do you think we will get a trailer? Do you think we're gonna get the Christmas holiday episode as well? You know, who knows? But we will find out at some point in the coming few months. So, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.